Howdy folks, how are we doing? Just clearing up the last of the second cut. Actually yielded not bad, yielded as second cut should yield. We're going to have, we're on 29 at the minute. What is it, 10 acres? 12 acres here, something like that. So, yeah, another barrel or two. So, yeah, decent looking bit of silage. Cut it yesterday and then just picking it up this morning. So yeah, we haven't started harvest yet, although a lot of folks have. A lot of the bigger folks have, you know, they've got going, but yeah, no, we haven't yet, although crops are basically there, aren't they? Like this sun has brought them all on. Even the beans would probably go. So yeah, again, we're in the middle of a heat wave at the minute. It's going to be 30, 31 today. But I might watch the combine this afternoon. Going to be a bit hot, but yeah, might get the old Aqua Wash 3000 out and get her ready. We filled it up, ablued it up all yesterday and everything, so it's basically ready to go. Just give it a wash, and yeah, she'll be ready for the party. So I'm just making a pallet now for a 200 litre 55 gallon drum to sit in the back of the fast track. I know I'm being a bit anal, but but I still think it might be handy. So obviously got the little DeWalt pressure washer with the 25 litre tub in the front workbox. But if I can carry like 200 litres of water around with me on the back tray as well, 200 litres of water is quite a lot of water, isn't it? So it may come in very handy if we do have a fire or an issue of some sort. You ever come across this? It's the only Milwaukee thing I own, and it's an ink zool. Basically, it'll leave a mark on oil, wet, whatever, and does bloody work. It's brilliant. Rather than a normal permanent marker where you try and mark something and it just doesn't come out because it's wet or greasy or whatever. That seems to work on literally anything. Very handy to have. Milwaukee ink zool. So I'm just literally screwing these two bits of ply onto the bottom of this pallet, just so that it spreads the weight a bit when it's in the tray. Otherwise, because it's only a little pallet, like, sure the tray's strong enough, but I just want to spread the weight a bit, so that's why I'm putting these bits of ply on. Need a battery. Right, there we go. That is made that pallet a lot stronger. You see I've got a couple of blocks there, a little post there, so the barrel now will just sit on top of there, won't roll about, and then I can just put a strap around the old lot to hold it on the back of the fast track. That is that. So I'll clean the barrel out, that's around there, and tomorrow I've got to come in a faucet to go in the big opening, you know, where you normally put the pump in a 55 gal. So just screw that in there with a tap on. Job's a good one. So the pallet sits in fairly nice. So I just have to prop one side up because I did forget that these have a little cut out of them there in the box for the spool valve block there underneath. But I am wondering, now that I've put that in there, well, will the barrel just sit in there with a ratchet strap on it? It probably will. But the only issue I'd have then would be the faucet would be probably too low down. Obviously you want it at the bottom, didn't you, to get the water out. Whereas that does give you clearance to get the pipe on, you know, to get a pipe on to, you know, use the water. So yeah, I think that'll work. And not necessarily, it's not necessarily for when it's got the tanker on. It's only got the tanker on just in case, because we're not doing anything else at the moment. Obviously, we're not got harvesting yet. But when we do get harvesting, we haven't got enough tractors basically to have this sat with us. But we're never normally too far away from the yard, so if worst does happen, we have to nip back and grab it. But we don't normally. Well, it's either that or we leave it in the field where we're working, but we can't normally leave a tractor on it because we haven't got enough. You can't afford to just leave a tractor on it, and we need the tractors for carting, that sort of stuff. So carting, baling, all that sort of stuff. So I'm thinking, the barrel will be on there when it's corn cart, bale cart, whatever, hopefully you don't need it, like the fire extinguishers, all that sort of stuff. Hopefully you don't need it, like this thing. But it's handy to have it. It's a bit of peace of mind, isn't it? Another thing we've also done this year is fitted a banjo on the inlet valve. But I say the inlet valve, it is the inlet valve, but it could also be the outlet valve because it's, it's at the bottom of the tank. So, basically you can, the valve seals just leak a little bit when you've got pure water in there. But basically you can pull the end cap out of there, and then in here, look at that, fire hydrant connector. I was quite chuffed with this, mounted that in there. And then you've got the hydrant connection there, so if needs be, that can go in there. And like 3-4 years ago, whatever it was, the fire engines, if you have a big fire, the fire engines could draw off this, which was the question that was asked basically that evening, when all chaos was happening. They said, can we draw off you lot? Well, we didn't have anything to match. So the answer was no, basically. We couldn't give them water because there's no way for them to pull it off us. But now with that, they can. So if the worst does happen, we'll be good. There you go. I was well chuffed with that. It's a wet wipe container. And little bracket at the bottom, bolted to the plate there, and not going to get lost, not going to be kicking around in the wrong tractor or something like that. Hook it on there and job is a good one. So so another thing we've got, there's no tie downs for the pipes on these type of tankers. They just sort of sit in there, which is not normally too bad, but obviously it's string is a pain in the arse. So we've got not ratchet straps, but the little kind of like luggage tie downs. They just pull through and they just clamp in that bit there. So I'm just going to put a few of them on, just so it's easier to get the pipes off if needs be. So it's all fun and games. Alright, so we're just going to twiddle up. Most of the cows down there, all the cows have been through the parlour now. Like I'm sure I've said on previous video, not that I've put many out recently, these are on, milkers are on 4 bales a day at the minute. Basically, near as damn it, a full winter ration. They tend to be on 5 during the winter, but or 4/5. But yeah, like I say, four bales a day at the minute. They're munching through because there's no grass out there. But at least the milk's keeping up. But yeah, I'm certainly getting through. Well, I'm on last year's silage at the minute. Certainly, making inroads through that. This week we should start combining. Unless the weather takes a turn, which I very much doubt. But a lot of the big boys are going. In fact, a lot of the smaller boys are going now as well. And from what I hear, the yields aren't too disastrous, like, which is good. So we'll have to see. So yeah, we've still got to wash the combine. I'll probably do that tomorrow morning, or Richard will. While I feed this lot. While it's a bit cooler in the day, and then basically we're ready. Like, all the bins are very nearly ready. That's what's holding us up at the minute, really. Like, is just they need basically spraying. Like, so other than that, we're basically ready to go. So, and if weather stays like it has been, we should be able to crack through at fair old speed. The other thing that did occur to me the other day is, as as it looks at the minute, ain't going to be a ploughing year, is it, lot? So my old plough still may not get might not get out this year, lot. Because if it's not, if it's a dry hard year, you're not going to plough, are you? Like, you're not going to plough. So but I have got something in mind for the old FW this year. Involves the Rytec boys, because I really like the look of their what do you call them? The toolbars. Now, when I was at Cereals, although I didn't do a video, purely because I forgot to usual Saunders trick, I forgot to bring the memory card for this camera. So on the second day when I was going to do a bit of filming, got the camera out, no SD card. So that was a clever thing to do. But yeah, I mean, there's two options with the Rytec toolbars. There's the proper orange Rytec ones. See, now I'm looking at this 4-metre restorer here and thinking that may well match up nicely to a 4-metre cultivator behind it. So you have that on, you can have that as, standalone if you want, but then you can put something else on the back, drawbar or 3-point linkage. Then you've got whatever you want then. Have that in, out, shake it all about. You know what I mean? But also there's the cheaper version. I forget what it's called. My memory is not very good, but it's the smart toolbar or something along them lines. A lot cheaper, a lot simpler. But yeah, I'm quite interested in it, just purely for the versatility them toolbars gear. You can either just go out with one of them, or go out and have something on the back, because obviously they've got a drawbar on them and a 3-point linkage. So you can have whatever you want on the back as well. So you can set a disc behind you, set of rolls, whatever, gives you a lot of versatility. So that's what I've got planned. Whether it comes off or not is another matter, but we'll see how things go. Anyway, quick catch-up vid. I think probably the next one might be a harvest video, you never know. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed that. See you on the next one. Ta-ta!